Hi guys, this is Julie again with Julie's Kitchen and Stuff. So today we're going to bake a cake, and so I put on all the ingredients here and I kind of separated it by color. So we have the icing in this section, then we've got just the stuff that goes in your favorite chocolate cake mix, and then on the other side the coconut filling. So here I wanted to kind of make it clear how much was needed in total. So this is 2 cups of coconut, just the regular coconut in the baking section. You could do it in your food processor, but I didn't want to wash my food processor because I'm lazy like that. So I did it in my coffee grinder and just ground it up. So you measure the 2 cups before, then grind it up, and that's your end product there. And then we had the 2 egg whites. 2 egg yolks are going to go in the cake mix, but the whites, you're going to whip those up. I love this hand mixer. And then you're going to get it till it kind of peaks, and then add the sugar until it's got those nice stiff peaks. So it kind of sort of a glossy coating. Really, right now we have meringue. That's basically how you make a meringue. If you're going to make a lemon meringue pie or something. And at this point is the point that I think I got a little over aggressive because I put in the coconut. I think in the future I'm going to add the flour to the coconut and fold those in together. And then after that's folded in gently, then I'm going to add the vanilla at the end, because that might have been part of my problem this time. Although I've made this cake many times. So I just truly, I don't really know exactly why it didn't stay as a filling the way it was supposed to, because this isn't my first rodeo with this particular cake. So then I got it all combined. I'm such an over mixer. I have to just not do that. So we're going to set that aside because that's our filling for later. Now I already buttered and floured the cake pan. If you want, you can coat it with butter or olive oil and then use a bit of the cake batter and use that as the flour instead. Not the cake batter, but the cake flour before you make it into batter. And so then it's got that coating of actually the flavor of the cake, but I didn't do that this time. So now we're going to whip it. The, Gen Xers will know what that means. I don't know. It's about 2 minutes that we do that. Whip it up really good. And then at this point, we're supposed to put in about half of the batter. And I don't think I put in half the batter. I think I put in less than that. So that also could have contributed to my end fail. But see how we're just putting it in the middle there. So it's supposed to stay as a kind of a filling ring around the middle. And then you're going to put the rest of the cake batter along the top, which is, of course, going to be the bottom. I've done this cake so many times, and sometimes the filling ends up near the top. Sometimes it's way down at the bottom. It seems to be a delicate balance on getting that filling at exactly the right spot in the middle. And every time it seems to be different, but it's always delicious. Also, if you like this, click like. Next is the glaze. So the glaze is really important. I've done this wrong a lot of times. This time it turned out perfect. So I would just follow it exactly on this one. So you do melt the butter and then put the butter and the salt and the everything, in the recipe that's in the description below. Put that all together. I do that when it's baking, and then I just put it in a Ziploc bag and seal it so it doesn't try to ice over. So, it doesn't make an extra dirty dish because there's a Ziploc bag in there that I fold over the sides, put the frosting in there, squeeze out all the air, and make sure that you let that cake rest for 15 minutes before you pop it out of the pan. Just put the rack on top and then flip it over, and you don't have to worry about accidentally tossing it across the kitchen into your dog's mouth. Chocolate, by the way, is toxic to dogs. Everybody, I think, knows that at this point in life. So then make sure you fully cook it. I just not cook it, cool it. I actually just stuck it in the refrigerator for a while, and when it felt cool, then I brought it out, and you're going to put it on your dish. So this was originally a recipe my mom used to make when we were little kids. In the 70s, Pillsbury had bundt cake recipes, and you could just go to the store, get a Pillsbury bundt cake chocolate macaroon recipe, and you could just take it home, and it had all the glaze mix, the filling mix, the chocolate cake, all in one box. It was so easy. And they stopped doing that, which was very sad. So then everybody's got all of their different copycat recipes out there on the internet. This is the one that I have found that I like the most. So really miss those boxed mixes though, because it really made it easy. So the glaze is just going to drip down on its own. As you can see, it just levels out like self-leveling nail polish. Love it. And so here we're going to take our test cut and see how the middle turned out. Is it too high? Is it too low? Is it right in the middle? Finally? No. What even is that? I don't ever remember it ever doing that. It just spread itself around like another layer. So there's a past picture of when I've made this cake, and at least it all stayed together, but it was a little high. And so I actually ended up, I think, liking it more this way because the macaroon layer through there kind of mixed in with the chocolate batter and give a better combination of the two flavors together. But it was super moist, delicious. My husband ate, I think, about the whole thing. But it turned out really good. Thanks for watching, even though it failed.